I welcome to my views and news, continuing our coverage of the new tensions between Ethiopia, Somaliland, and Somalia. We have two developments for you. Firstly, a protest by an armed group against Ethiopia, denouncing Ethiopia Somaliland MOU. And secondly, questions are being asked in Somaliland after last night's interview by Ridwan Hussein, Ethiopian National Security Advisor. Clarity is being demanded about Ethiopia Somaliland MOU. Thirdly, drought in the Amhara region where an armed conflict has been ongoing since May. More than a million are affected. The regional government showed its concern, telling the people, the government, that the situation in the region could deteriorate very rapidly. Firstly, viewers, Ethiopia Somalia tensions are rapidly evolving situation. Somalia is a fractured country, a fragmented country with federal government not in control of all territories. Federal government is resorting to diplomatic and military pressure, it seems, to thwart upcoming Ethiopia Somaliland deal, which is now in the form of an MOU. Another player in Somalia is AlShabab, in control of around one third of Somalia. Big player. AlShabab is a state within state in Somalia. And when Ethiopia and Somaliland signed the MOU, AlShabab was quick to reject the deal. AlShabab has long been accusing Ethiopia of annexing Somalia's territories. And AlShabab uses this card against Ethiopian government, Ethiopian forces. Ethiopian forces are operating in Somalia, in southwest state, in Jubaland, in Hirshabelle. Ethiopian military is deployed. It is deployed to keep AlShabab away from Ethiopian borders and to protect these regional states too. Even airports in, I think, in southwest state are secured by Ethiopian National Defense Force. So ENDF is providing security in some states of Somalia. So Al-Shabaab not happy. Why? Because Al-Shabaab wants to sweep across Somalia. And there are around 16 to 17,000 Ethiopian troops there in Somalia, not part of the Africa Union peacekeeping mission. There are Ethiopian troops part of the mission as well, but I'm talking about those Ethiopian contingents which are operating independently in collaboration with regional governments and federal government. So, Al-Shabaab denounced Ethiopia Somaliland Memorandum of Understanding. And a few hours ago, Al-Shabaab organized a protest in its stronghold. Jilib is the stronghold of Al-Shabaab in Somalia. You can say it's headquarters of Al-Shabaab government. In Jilib, dozens of people took to the streets. They displayed banners against Ethiopia. They denounced Ethiopia Somaliland deal. It wasn't a big protest, but Al-Shabaab intends to mobilize people using this Ethiopia Somaliland MOU as a pretext. Al-Shabaab would try to present itself as the real Somalia's force, which is fighting for the integrity and sovereignty of Somalia. By the way, all the measures taken by Al-Shabaab, all the statements issued by opposition parties are leading to immense pressure upon Hassan Sheikh's government. Hassan Sheikh will have to do something, otherwise Al-Shabaab will accuse Hassan Sheikh of being in alliance with Ethiopia, like Farah Malim did, the Kenyan member of parliament. So immense pressure on Hassan Sheikh. That is why we're seeing diplomatic efforts by Somalia. Some military moves as well to thwart the upcoming deal between Ethiopia and Somaliland. Protest in Jalab, backed by Al-Shabaab, confirmed. Secondly, was questions are being asked by people, by groups in Somaliland. They want clarity from Somaliland government. More questions are being asked, especially after Ridwan Hussain spoke last night. Last night, Ridwan Hussain gave interview to an Ethiopian state news outlet, and he firstly disclosed the location of the proposed Ethiopian port in Somaliland, and that is in Logaya. The port would be in Logaya. Logaya is part of Somaliland coastal area. And he talked about recognition of Somaliland. He said that the deal will be finalized. Ethiopia will acquire land in Somaliland. After that, Ethiopia will consider recognizing Somaliland or not. So Ridwan's interview now is leading to questions. Questions being asked in Somaliland by people, by analysts, by opposition parties. They say that Musi Bey Abdi, in his speeches, said that Ethiopia had agreed to recognize Somaliland. But officially, Ethiopia is not confirming that. Ethiopia is saying that after the takeover of port or base in Somaliland, Ethiopia will consider the recognition. So, will Ethiopia recognize Somaliland after taking land in Somaliland or not? It's not clear. So people are demanding clarity. Analysts are demanding clarity. My position, which I shared with you 2 days ago, is that I think Ethiopia has reached an it has reached a secret deal with Somaliland. Ethiopia will not officially confirm its recognition of Somaliland, but Ethiopia has assured Somaliland they will recognize Somaliland. Ethiopia cannot take a public position about recognition of Somaliland because it will lead to massive international regional pressure. Ethiopia, I think, will try to engage other countries and it will try to have allies on its side so that several countries could recognize Somaliland together. That is why no statements from Ethiopia confirming its intention to recognize Somaliland. But questions are being asked. Can Musibe Abdi government answer the questions? Can Musibe Abdi government satisfy the critics? That we'll see in coming days and weeks. Coming days crucial. 26 days remain. Around 26, 25 days remain. Because according to official announcement from Somaliland and Ethiopia, within 1 month, final deal will be signed between the two sides regarding the access to sea. So let's see what happens. By the way, MOU has not been made public so far. So no one knows, no one really knows what are the contents of the MOU. We were talking about Berbera, that maybe Ethiopia would use Berbera, but last night Ridwan disclosed the port's location and that is going to be in Logaya. Last of yours. Amhara, a region of Ethiopia, alarming humanitarian situation there. Tigray, by the way, also said this week that famine was unfolding in Tigray and people in tens of thousands could die if there is no immediate humanitarian intervention. Tigray called upon the federal government and aid organizations to intervene immediately. Now, Amhara region says that 1.8 million people are affected by droughts in 9 zones of the Amhara region. The drought could complicate matters. It could turn into a serious humanitarian catastrophe in coming days if there is no intervention. Alarm bells ringing in both Tigray and Amhara region. At least there is no fighting in Tigray, but in Amhara, all areas, all places are not accessible. Aid organizations have no access to entire Amhara region because of closure of roads, because of attacks by Pano groups on military, on vehicles along main roads. That is why drought in Amhara is set to deteriorate very rapidly because of the security situation. The region has plunged into a crisis. Crisis is not just security crisis, political crisis, humanitarian crisis. Security crisis means there is a fight between Fano and military, Fano regional forces, regional security structure unable to stop Fano fighters. Political crisis means that there are no working governments in several parts of the Amhara region. Lower ranks of Prosperity Party collapse totally. Middle ranks collapsing as well. Prosperity Party members, which are supporting military operation against Fano, are being assassinated by Fano fighters. Government officials being killed in target killing. So there is chaos. There is no administration. Administrative collapse, political challenge, security challenge, and now humanitarian challenge. That drought, because of unavoidable circumstances, is going to deteriorate because there is fighting, unrest in most parts of the Amhara region. What is needed is peace. Guns must be silenced. After that, people will be able to be approached by aid organizations, but no progress pointing towards a likely ceasefire. Maybe a humanitarian ceasefire should be considered by parties to the conflict in Amhara region. Humanitarian ceasefire for a few months. Otherwise, doubt will convert into life-threatening humanitarian catastrophe in the Amhara region, it seems. Thank you for watching.